now.
Good morning, everybody. Thank you very much for tuning in. My name is Elliot Pierre. This is the Mac City Morning Show. I'm going to start off like how I start every episode off. Thank you so much for tuning in today. If you're watching this live or if you're watching the pre-recording one, I got to tell you, it warms my heart how many people are tuning in to watch these. So thank you, thank you, thank you. It means the world to me. Now, on that note, Tanner, hit him with the intro.
Whatty up, boss? Welcome to the Mac City Morning Show.
All right, so we have an amazing guest today. Really excited to talk to him. As you know, you're probably used to this. I do not introduce my guests. I let them do it because they can do a better job. So, on that note, sir, thank you very much for coming in today. Tell the people who you are and what you're about.
Yeah, well, thanks for having me today, Elliot. It's great to be able to sit and chat with you again. It's been a while.
It has.
Yeah, but yeah, my name is Jason King, and I'm actually currently working with Some Other Solutions. I'm the executive director there. I've been with the agency now for about 3.5 years. Prior to that, I was with Wood Buffalo Housing, and then I was into retail. My family and I, we've been here in Fort McMurray now 10 years.
10 years.
Yeah.
Wow, time flies.
Time goes fast. You know,
nice.
We're the typical people that came to Fort McMurray with this short-term plan, and we just made it home. So here we are to stay, and our daughter went through school here, and she's now graduated and still living home,
Yeah.
but going about her thing now and progressing, going through university.
That's awesome. So, just right off the bat, I want to talk and get the information out there. So, probably going to talk about it a few times, but tell the people at home what SOS, Some Other Solutions, is all about.
Yes, Some Other Solutions is a crisis prevention agency. And so we have, just this past year, a little over a year, I guess, enhanced our services. And we now have counseling. So we have professional counselors on staff. We have 3. And we are fortunate enough to have some sponsors or funders. So we're able to offer pro bono counseling. But we also have mentorship programs for the youth. And then we have a 24-hour crisis line. Okay. And they've been in the community now, Some Other Solutions, for the past 34 years.
Right. Yeah, you guys do some amazing stuff.
Mm-hmm.
Especially what I've seen, which is most visible just because I have a child. But your guys' summer programs are crazy. And like the kids get so involved and I don't know, camp counselors, staff, I don't know what to call them. But you have like your staff is just always happy and like do so much cool things with these kids. So yeah, it's amazing.
Yeah, they show up every day and love what they're doing, and that makes a difference. Yeah. When you're showing up every day to a job and a career that you love and love investing in young people, and so we do have a fabulous team that love to do that. And unfortunately, because of what everyone is going through globally, right. We weren't able to have our summer camp last year.
Right.
So we do miss the youth.
Yeah.
But the team we have at Some Other Solutions, they're great in maintaining connections. So throughout the summer, they maintained those connections with the kids and throughout the community.
Yeah.
And yeah, it was good to get back into somewhat of a routine in September where you could go back into those mentorship sessions. But again, that all looks totally different this year.
Yeah, you got to adapt. It's everybody's doing it. You got to pivot so you can still like give the services and kind of remain relevant and in the community. So
yes.
With any non-for-profit though, obviously there's volunteering that needs to be taking place. There's fundraising that needs to happen. So if anybody wants to get in contact with you guys, how can they reach out to you?
There's numerous ways to get in contact with us. We have our Facebook page, okay. And we have our Instagram page. We have Twitter. We have LinkedIn. You can go to our website at someothersolutions.ca. And if you want to reach out and connect and volunteer, drop us a message from our website or even in our Facebook, LinkedIn, anywhere, drop a message. And if you want to donate, yeah. Right at the top of our website and even in our Facebook page, you can just click that book now or donate now, and it'll take you right into an area where you can donate to the cause.
Awesome. There you go. Okay, now let's chat about your outfit here. Because as soon as you came in, I saw those shoes. So those are some nice looking Nikes, man.
Yeah, thanks.
So I have to assume you're a bit of a sneakerhead in some way, shape, or form. Tell me about your shoes. Why are you picking Nike? Let's hear about it.
You know, I've always loved Nike. Always grew up wearing Nikes.
Yeah.
Um, but you know, I have to say, my wife got me these ones for Christmas.
Okay, good wife.
So, yeah,
Yeah.
and you know, it sort of dissipated after a while. After you know, I grew up a little, and I never wore the Nikes as much.
Right.
But it's something my daughter and I have in common. She loves her Nike sneakers, and she
Nice.
collects Nike sneakers. And yeah, so that gives us something that's in common we can talk about. And
Yeah.
yeah,
It's an iconic brand. Like, I have so many Nikes. I know more often than not on the show I'm wearing a pair of Vans, but I'll switch it up one of these days. But like, I love Nike shoes.
hmm
They're just cool, man.
they're
They're just cool.
so comfortable.
Yeah.
Yeah, and you know, they're great for running, but admittedly, I'm not a runner.
Right.
I used to be,
Okay.
but not anymore. My passion actually now is in jujitsu.
And you literally took the words out of my mouth because
hmm
I didn't know. I knew it was some form of martial arts. Tell me, is this new for you over the last few years since you moved to Fort McMurray, or let's hear about your
Yeah.
passion for this.
I always grew up, like growing up, I always had a passion for martial arts. I was in and out of different programs, but the past 8 years, I've been involved with Bowman's Mixed Martial Arts and the club there. Started out as everyone with their white belt, not knowing an idea, not a clue about jujitsu.
Right.
8 years later, I'm a two-stripe brown belt, just on the brink of going into my black belt, and now because of the passion, I'm able to turn it in and give back a little to the community, and I volunteer my time with teaching as well with
That's
jujitsu.
awesome. That's awesome.
Yeah.
So I've never done any form of martial arts in my life. What about this one really kind of grabbed and got your interest to do it?
You know, that's a loaded question.
That's why I asked it.
You know, everyone has a different why.
Okay.
Why they join jujitsu or any type of physical activity. Everyone has their own why. My why is, and still is today. Um, you know, going through some different experiences in life, I ended up going into a depression and having PTSD.
Okay.
Then recognizing I needed to invest in myself, my physical health, and even my mental well-being.
Yeah.
One day I was just driving to work, and I just noticed the Bowman sign on top of the building and decided, hey, I'm going to come back tonight, try this out. Now, I went back that night, and I didn't try it out.
Okay.
I was one of those guys that was a little nervous, didn't want to go in right away. I didn't know anyone. I was pretty new to the community. So for 1 month, I went back probably once a week. I just sat down outside the window and I observed. And then it took me a while to get that courage.
Right.
Got the courage, went in, best thing I ever did. Great friends, great community that's there, and the camaraderie. And it's an escape now.
Yeah.
When stress hits or just anything in life, you just to go into that space for an hour and a half and just forget about everything and hang out with your friends and learn some martial arts.
That's awesome, man. Now, you and I have something in common in regards to we like to read certain type of books, self-help books, and just books that help you grow and like kind of, sharpen the brain. So you recommended a really good one to me years ago called The Purple Cow.
Yes.
So I read The Purple Cow, great book, really enjoyed it. What are you reading right now?
Oh, I'm reading a lot right now.
Okay.
Um,
I think everybody is. We got some time quarantining.
yeah.
Some of us don't read at all, though.
Yeah. There you go, Tanner. All right. So what do you got?
Well, I'm currently doing some courses as well, so I got a lot of textbooks I'm reading.
Okay.
I have a business coach myself, and he just sent me the book a while ago. It's one that's been out for a while, but Good to Great. And
Okay.
another one that I love, it's really practical leadership advice. It's called Legacy of the All Black, so the New Zealand rugby team.
Okay.
Yeah, so it's an easy read, but it's some really great advice-rich material in there on how to effectively lead teams, or if you find that you're in a scenario where you just don't know where to turn. What are you going to do? It's like it's either make it or break it. and they really give some solid advice in there.
Okay. I'll have to check that one out. After you leave, I'll write that down so I don't forget.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, the book, it's funny that you wore Nikes today. I'm rereading the book for I think the third time right now. And when I say reread for everybody at home, audiobook, I have Audible. So I'm listening to the book. It's Phil Knight's Shoe Dog.
Oh.
I don't know if you've ever heard of that one. So it's the creator, founder of Nike. And from an entrepreneurial standpoint, like, it is fascinating. And we look at Nike as the brand that it is. And when you read this book, it was a complete gong show for years. And so for me as a business owner, it's like really motivating to be like, hey, listen, they literally came from nothing. They made so many mistakes, so many obstacles they had to like overcome to be the company that they are today. And the fact of the matter is, even when I was rocking Nike, like, I'm old, like in the 90s and in the 80s, but in the 80s they didn't have everything together yet. They looked like this huge shoe brand, but like they were still like making tons of mistakes and like just making it work. So it's inspiring. So that's a good book for you. Check out Shoe Dog, Phil Knight.
Check that out as well.
It's a good one, especially with your love for Nike.
Yes.
Yeah. So on that note, we got to get Tanner involved in the show. We're going to ask you the Mac City Minute. That's a segment. We put you on the hot spot. Tanner asks you 5 questions. They're all random. So are you ready for the Mac City Minute?
Let's go.
Let's do it. All right, Tanner, hit him with the questions, my man.
Question number 1. How has working in the community affected how you see it?
This is I've been in the community working in a couple different sectors, a nonprofit sector and in the retail. So one of the biggest things I guess I see in this community, because I've worked across Canada in a number of different communities, the generosity and the connectedness that people want you to succeed here, and it's never just a phone call away. If you're down, if you're struggling with someone or something, there's always someone there within your network that's either walked the road or has some kind of direction for you.
Cool.
Question number 2. When eating out, what is your favorite establishment to go to?
Yeah, I have to say the Keg. Yeah, my wife and I love the Keg. And we have a couple of friends as well. And if we're going to meet up, it's usually the Keg for a good steak.
Question number 3. You're wearing some nice shoes. Do you have a favorite pair?
The ones I'm wearing. Yeah.
Question number 4 for you. What is your favorite thing about getting to work with children?
Oh, yeah, that's I've worked with children in different when I was with the Salvation Army for a number of years as well, so I had an opportunity to work for children there as well. I have to say, it's expecting the unexpected. You never know what they're going to come up with, what they're going to say, or how they're going to challenge you. They're not afraid to ask the tough questions.
And your last question, what has working in the mental health sector in Fort McMurray affected your look on the city?
We have a lot of trauma this town has been through, from the wildfire, COVID, economy, the flood. So there's a lot of trauma, but what I'm seeing is the community rally together and really want to help grow and foster a healthy community. And then I have to say as well, because I've battled it and still it's a daily battle, there's nothing to be shy about when it comes to mental health. And in particular for men, a lot of times we find it difficult to reach out because it breaks down this exterior that we sort of put up at times of strength. But yeah, it's I would say reach out.
Those have been your 5 questions.
There we go. Awesome. So you said something at the top of the show in regards to you had a plan, like everybody. Oh, and I'm born and raised here. Same with Tanner. So I hear the plan, and I used to be a recruiter in a past life. Mm-hmm. So I would recruit people, and I'd say like, oh yeah, I'm only here for 5 years. I'm like, yeah, okay, we'll see how that goes. So what was the game plan? If like obviously you've been here more than 5 years, what was the thought process in regards to 5 years? Then where?
We were planning to move back down to Edmonton. We came up here from Edmonton, okay, and we were looking to move back down there. So I came up here. I had a 2-year contract. 2 years, came, it went, and my employer called me in and asked if I was going to stick around. And at this point, we didn't realize how much this place would become home. And now we just can't imagine leaving. It's home. We love the community. We have some great friends, a great network here. My wife and I, love what we do for work, and yeah, so this is home.
That's awesome, man.
Even when the wind chill hits -61, this is home.
I know, for better or worse. For better or worse, it's been a cold one. There's no doubt about that. We were spoiled this winter, though. We really were. But
Yes.
yeah, we're in a bit of a cold snap.
We had a great December.
Yeah, that's it. So I want to talk to you about the keg a little bit, because I also love a good steak from the keg. What do you? I get the same thing every time I go there. So let me hear your keg order.
It's got to be the New York,
Okay.
medium rare.
Okay.
That's my go-to steak, and even when I'm home, that's my go-to.
Okay.
Yeah.
And what's your sides? What are you getting on the side?
The sides depend on the day.
Okay.
Depends on the mood.
Okay.
Some days it could be fries, and other days it's usually just a potato, the baked potato, with not loaded,
Right.
just the sour cream on the side.
Okay.
Yeah.
Nice. Yeah, I'm on your wavelength in regards to the steak. New York, way to go. I get it rare. I like it bloody. Double baked potato for me on the side. So good. But the one thing, and for years, you go to the keg, it's all about the steak. So before COVID happened, so I'm losing track of time. I was in Edmonton. I was like, you know what? I've wanted to try it for years. But you go to the keg, you always get the steak. But I tried their burger.
Oh,
Most people don't do it because, like, you're at the keg, you're not going to eat the burger. So I was like, you know what? Screw it. I feel like a burger. I'm doing it. Their burger is phenomenal. So food for thought. If you ever go there and you're like, oh, I'm not going to get the steak, the burger's pretty good too.
I'll have to try the burger because
Yeah.
I love a burger.
Yeah.
Good
Oh.
burger.
Me and Tanner had a whole episode where we just literally talked about burgers. So, yeah, we're big burger fans here. There's no doubt about that.
Shout out if anybody wants us to try their burgers on the show.
Yeah,
Oh.
listen, I'll eat a burger. Yeah, and there's so many good burger places. Like, I felt bad after the show in regards to, I had to be honest. I said where the best burger was, but then the preface it a few days later was like, hey, listen, just because I think Earl's has the best burger in town doesn't mean I don't eat burgers from every other establishment.
Yes.
So
Yes.
just want to put that on the record that I eat burgers everywhere, and the keg has a phenomenal burger.
Yeah. Yeah. I oftentimes on a Friday night might order up on Skip the Dishes or something. The burger from the brew house.
Oh,
Mm.
the brew house burger.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, that's a good one too. I haven't had it, like, unfortunately, because we can't go out, obviously. I haven't had a brew house burger in a while, but yeah, they do have a good burger.
Yeah.
Yeah, man. All right. So, listen, it's short. I know time flies. That's our time. So,
Wow.
thank you very much for coming in. Really do appreciate it. But before we let you go, I want to hear about your organization one more time, please. Tell the people at home what it is, how they can get involved. Let's hear about it one more time, please.
Sure. Yeah. It's Some Other Solutions, and so it's Some Other Solutions or SOS. SOS been going around for a lot of years, but Some Other Solutions been here for 34 years. We have some great counselors on staff that are ready and willing to help out, meet you where you are. We have a 24-hour crisis line with a great team of staff and volunteers. And if you want to volunteer, we do look for volunteers for our crisis line as well. And you can reach out there, or you can even meet with our child and youth, our mentors, and you can book an appointment with them and anyone through our website. So just go into someothersolutions.ca and someone will be there. And if it's looking for a response right away, you can even reach out on our Facebook, inbox us, and we'll respond.
That's awesome, man. No, great organization. Great organization. I hope this video goes out. A lot of people hear about it so they can get in contact with you. So,
Yeah.
on that note, Fort McMurray and the world, because we do have some people outside of this community watching at this point. Thank you very much for tuning in. It means the world to me. It really does. I know you could be doing so many other things with your time. So, thank you for tuning in. My name's been Elliot Pierre. My name is Elliot Pierre, and this is the Mac City Morning Show. And thank you very much for watching. We'll see you tomorrow. Peace.
I said this. That's another Mac City Morning Show done.
It's so ballistic! quenching your ugly thirst.